childhood was filled with the sound of temple drums, the curved roofs of village pagodas, and the fragrance of incense on full moon nights. To me, a church had always been something far away. A tall bell tower, Christmas carols echoing once a year. Yet today, for the first time in my life, I was invited to a wedding inside a church, a ceremony both strange and solemn, one that quietly stilled something deep within me. It was a chilly morning in Jala. The first sunlight slipped through the mist, scattering gold over old gray roofs. As I stepped through the church gate, the bell began to ring. Slow, steady, clear. Its sound seemed to call everyone to pause the noise of daily life and listen for something more sacred than words. The wooden door opened. A breath of cool air drifted in. Inside, colored glass windows poured soft light onto rows of long wooden benches. The faint scent of incense mingled with the deep notes of an organ, filling the air with quiet reverence. People were neatly dressed. No loud laughter, no chatter, no clapping hands like at other weddings. Everyone carried themselves with quiet dignity, as if they all knew this was not merely a celebration of love, but a sacred vow before God Himself. Then the organ began to play, a melody slow and solemn. The great doors opened wide. The bride entered, her white dress flowing like mist in sunlight. Each step seemed lighter than air. Beside her, the groom in his black suit looked radiant, a little nervous, but deeply sincere. I watched them, two ordinary people, suddenly transformed by the holiness of this place. The bride was no longer just a young woman about to marry. She became a symbol of purity. And the groom, kneeling before the altar, was not just a husband-to-be, but a son making his vow to the one he believes in. The priest's voice filled the air, deep, steady and kind. Today God bears witness to your love. Marriage is a sacred covenant, a lifelong promise spoken not only with lips but with heart and action. I listened and felt my chest tighten. Out in the world, so many people marry out of habit, convenience, or fear of loneliness. But here, in the silent church, their love was lifted to another realm, no longer a private promise, but a sacred vow before heaven and the community. Then the priest asked, "Do you take this person as your lawful wife, to love and honor all the days of your life?" The bride looked at him, her voice trembling softly. "I do." Just two small words, yet they rang like a bright note through the silence. Simple but weighty, a promise that would live in their hearts forever. Light streamed through the stained glass, glinting on the golden rings. As they exchanged them, the music swelled, then faded into stillness. In that moment, I could feel love. Real, tangible, undeniable. And I realized that faith can make love stronger, more enduring than any earthly thing. As a non-believer, I didn't know how to make the sign of the cross, nor did I know any of the prayers. When everyone knelt to pray, I simply stood still, my hands clasped together. Yet strangely, I did not feel out of place. The hymn rose, gentle as breath. The melody drifted through the air, as though it entered every corner of the soul. I didn't understand the words, but I could feel peace, forgiveness, and love flowing within them. Around me, some bowed their heads. Others wiped tears from their eyes. And I, someone who had always trusted only reason, found myself believing, if only for a moment. Believing that love, when built on faith and loyalty, will never fade, the ceremony ended. The priest spoke a final blessing. The newlyweds turned, bowed deeply, and the hymn, "The love of God is vast as the sea," echoed joyfully through the hall. The church doors opened. Sunlight poured in, illuminating their smiling faces, two people radiant with happiness. I stood at the doorway watching them, my heart lighter than it had been in years. Outside, the bells rang again. I walked away and their sound followed me. A tender reminder whispering, "True love is never just between two hearts. It is a gift from God given to souls who live for one another." And in that moment, I understood, and whatever the faith may be, every sacred ritual leads people toward goodness, toward sincerity, toward compassion. The wedding I witnessed today taught me something simple. To love is not only to seek happiness, but to grow together into better human beings. I returned home carrying not only the image of a bride in white and a groom with a gentle smile, but also a quiet feeling, as if I had touched something holy amid the noise of life, and I, a person without faith, left that ceremony with a heart softer, calmer, and more willing to believe. In one simple word,